Hi, I'm Yappo.
And I'm Agent 355.
And I have no idea what I'm doing anymore, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, hold on, let's be honest. Did you ever?
Well, no, but even less of an idea now. So this is
Okay.
Titan Quest, and it's been probably, what, 2-3 weeks since we...
This
This is Grim Dawn. Damn it, every time. Every time.
So last thing we did is we went off to... We got to the next town. We got to Fort Ikon. And we went and got some big explosion stuff. Remember the big explosion stuff?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
In the meantime, I managed to go and get some of the things I was waiting on. Remember, I was playing out some random drops that I wasn't getting. And, fuck. I made it. Okay, good. I kind of forgot I was going to end up running over the poison. And after turning those in, this is the next quest it wants me to do, which is to go down this way and find a, some MacGuffin. And so we're going to go do that. So can I get through the store?
You just gotta shoot it down. So we are still doing the faction that I am not aligned with, that you are aligned with right now.
It is really short. We're coming down here because, like, it's literally like 3 minutes. It's kind of this little hidden area. You have to run through the poison to get here. Well, it's not poison, but you know what I mean. The Hurdy floor. But after we do this, I just gotta go kill a boss that's down here, so it's not very hard. And then there'll be some other quests and stuff too. And you're gonna do your own, because you have to host to do the your quests. You're gonna have a video where you go and do those all on your lonesome, because whenever you host, I lag like a bitch and crash. So I can't be with you when you do yours, but we can do mine together, even if you can't actually see the quest log.
Right. We'll still explore some extra areas here.
Exactly. Yeah, we get to see some. You get to see some more stuff. Like here's the boss right here.
But I think after recording these is when I'm gonna record.
Okay. There's actually 2 bosses down here. There's her, who we just killed, but there's a big ass dude. Yeah, here he is. So he gets mad when we kill her.
Venarius the Backbreaker.
Yeah, so he comes out. It's Bane. He's here to break. That's his comic book reference, because Bane's like the one who breaks backbones. The movie's bad. Don't even talk about the movies.
Hey, that one with Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze was fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
I will actually... I unironically enjoy those kind of campy 90s ones. I mean, they're not good movies. I wouldn't use the word good, but I enjoy them. I also enjoyed Heath Ledger. I don't think the Scarecrow one, which was the first one, I don't think that one held up very well. Oh, I'm going and trying to quest him, by the way.
Okay.
I don't think that one held up very well. So I think if you went back and watched it, it's like, oh yeah, this doesn't really work anymore. I think the Heath Ledger one is still great, and the Bane one was never good. It wasn't good when it came out, and it's not good now. And I don't know how anyone could enjoy that movie.
What about the Bane with the giant green tubes coming out of everywhere?
Well, that's the campy 90s one. It's what it is.
Are you coming back, or are we meeting up somewhere else?
No. I gotta pick up this quest, and this quest I want to. If it's somewhere we can go do, I'm waiting for a certain one, because the. Oh no, we did we already got the Fang of the Bone Hunter. All right. That's fine. Oh, spit. Did we get there? Did we go there? How much of this did I miss? No. So I forgot that we normally did things in a different order than I would do if I was on my own.
Okay.
So my quest is to go slay the Chosen guarding the Ashes, which I believe is Fort Ikon, and if I check my map, I believe I said don't go down there. We're not going to go down there yet.
Possible.
Yes. Okay, great. So we're going to go back. So go to Fort Ikon now.
Okay.
Sorry, internet.
I'm killing guys while we wait.
That's fine. I mean, I just got a quest reward, so I'll probably be a little higher level than you.
Yeah, it'll be alright.
Yeah, we also had... Yeah, the very last thing we did on video is we went and fought we went to the Temple of the Three and got like a skill... We got like a skill point quest reward. And then we went and we killed this big bone thing and for the witch, because the witch wanted us to do that. That was the last thing that we did. And the last quest for these necromancer dudes is to go out by that big bone thing. So I wanted to do them at the same time because that would make it simpler, but I didn't. So
there you go. There's another Finnegan's bread.
Yeah, right. We're actually going backwards. I think that's actually one we've seen before. Because we were going backwards because there is a place back here. Which is why I'm not really super worried about killing everything. Although I liked killing all these guys because I think it's funny that, like, I kill some of them, you kill the others.
Yeah. Between
Like,
the two of
everyone
us,
here is our
everyone
enemy.
dies.
Everyone dies.
They won't attack us, but they all still die.
Oh, that's right. I'm also still in the part of the game where I'm just like fucking putting all my points into pass to skill mastery. This is the most fun part. I've actually had a hankering to start a new character recently. Yeah, with my single player character, which is the pet guy. I am 2 pieces of gear away from being completely best in slot. After that, I still don't have my relic either, so it's 2 pieces of gear plus a relic. And after that, I could try to find like better versions of the gear, but I would basically be like completely buffed up ultra maximum man. And while it's fun to be that, it's like I'm also kind of at the point where it's getting harder and harder and harder to find that one last item I'm looking for. So I've had the urge to like start a new dude, and I'm thinking I want to do like some melee, like maybe even a sword and board guy, because I have never really gotten deep into a melee class in this game. Every time I start one, I get through the first difficulty and then get bored.
Because you actually have to click on things?
I don't know. But I certainly never got that far. But I'm happy with my high level pet guy. Yeah, you're probably not gonna be able to kill any of these guys.
I can't. They're all kindness chosen.
It's all gonna be kindness chosen. The boss is gonna be kindness chosen. You're just kind of hang or tag along and hear my stories. And it shouldn't take that long. It's not a very big dungeon. I can just start running past dudes. Let the pets clean them up, and then because if you're not going to be attacking anything, let's not bore you or the audience, and just keep rolling. Oh, hidden chests. Gotta find those though. And yeah, so I started to think about making a new dude, but I'm happy because I had for a long time never had a character who can like literally farm the end game content, like the very very toughest, most crazy shit at the end of the game. He just waltzes through now, more or less. The only thing that still is still hard for him is doing like the Crucible stuff, which is always hard because the Crucible is crazy. But I'm happy because now if I found any other character, I have a guy who could gear him up, right? Who could just go and farm the hard stuff and find gear for other dudes. Because the hard part with the end game, if you're trying to actually like get into it, the hard part is that in order to do the end game, you need end game gear, and in order to get end game gear, you need to do the end game. So you kind of end up in like this self-ruining prophecy where you can't get what you need. So you need a character build that is strong enough without end game gear to do end game content, which this build is. The pet builds are. So now that I've broken through that, I can use the pet build to gear up other people if I want to, for whatever reason, make a super ultra mega melee guy or whatever.
That sounds like way too much work.
I liked it. I mean, like, I'd say this to my like friends and family who see me playing this game a lot. They're like, "How do you play that game so much?" And it's like, I don't know. Like, if you're having fun, it's not grinding, right? Like, it's only grinding if it's only grinding if you don't like doing it. So it doesn't really bother me. I like this particular dungeon. I ran through maybe 20-30 times in order to max out the reputation with these guys, to make them like really hate me the most they could possibly hate me.
It seems rude.
And so and it took a lot of times, and it took like I was just watching a movie. I was just like, some people have girlfriends and they get to Netflix and chill, but I just Netflix and grind ARPGs.
I mean, it's a lot cheaper that way.
You need to keep up, brah.
I'm reading a note.
Alright, so here's a secret. I think, because I almost never go Kaiman's Chosen. I don't know why. I just almost never do. I know the death people better. But I think that there is another shrine that is hidden in your area, so you might not be able to do this shrine, but this is the most hidden shrine in the game. This loose torch on the wall that I'm standing next to.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. Right, and it opens up this secret door, which has a destructible wall at the end, which leads to a little hidden side dungeon.
Well, that's not complicated at all.
Yeah. And this side dungeon has a boss in it, as well as a shrine. And I think if you're Kaiman's Chosen, you find a different hidden shrine. Because this is kind of like, this is a quest area that you only have to go to if you're with my faction, I think. So I think if you were the other people, it would be the other way around. and there would be a different pin shrine you'd have to find. But I might be wrong.
These are all ghouls so far, so I can at least attack them.
Yeah, you can fight everything in here. These are not Kaima's Chosen. There was a big patch, like, since we last played, which is pretty cool. Like a big, like, content patch even. They upgraded the Crucible to include the expansion monsters. And instead of 150 being the max Crucible wave, I think it's up to like 170 now. So they added like 20 more waves, which made it crazy fucking hard. But there. Okay, cool. Let me spend my skill points. Oh, that's right. I don't get to do anything fun with them. Donk, donk, donk. Boring. Alright. And my devotion point. Where was I? Oh, right. Here I was.
Oh, I forgot what all my buttons do. There we go. Okay, got it. We're okay.
Cool. So, and we'll head out the other way.
Well, I got my ultimate on Altos, and I put it on my left click.
Nice. So it's some like lightning storm or something, I'm assuming.
Yes. Some more lightning. And we'll, I'm sure, get a better chance to see it when I do the recordings for the...
Yeah, it'll be easier to see your own effects when it's not, filled up with skeletons.
Yep.
I mean, I kind of run into the same problem, where it's like, if I get a new skeleton, it's really hard for me to determine how much of an impact he's having, Because that's just, this build doesn't have an individual hard hitter, it just kind of fills the space with everything. Which is really fun.
When you're not reliant on any one thing to work, it's just, everybody go do your thing, whatever.
Yeah, which is nice too, because it's like, I don't get fucked over by lightning resistance, for instance. Like, say there's an enemy that's immune to lightning, you're just like, oh, fucking shit, right? And I'm like, I don't care. Something I have deals with it. I don't actually think there are lightning-resistant things in this game, just for that reason, though, because it really makes certain builds obnoxious. So this is a boss you probably can't even attack.
Nope.
But don't worry, he's dead. And that was a quest boss for me.
Got all sorts of good stuff he drops, though.
Yeah.
There's good stuff everywhere over here.
Yep, and this will pop us back out, and you can go on back to Fort Ikon. I'm gonna go turn this quest in. If it tells me to go out and pick up the bone thing, I'll just do it later. It's the last quest in the chain, and there's no reason to put it on video because we were literally already there. No one needs to see that.
All right, well, I'll head back to Fort Ikon and clear out my inventory right quick then.
Yeah, it won't take me a minute. So what have you been up to?
I think since we recorded last, obviously Christmas and my birthday and all sorts of fun stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's you have a Christmas birthday?
I do.
My birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, well, happy birthday in advance, and by the time this video goes up, it'll probably be past.
Yeah. I'm turning 30 and I'm slightly upset about it. It's terrible.
Why would you turn 30? It seems like
an awful
idea.
Let's see. What is this ritual entail? Okay, yeah, I have to do a little ritual. I'll do that on my own because you can't get the ritual is inside this place, so you can't get footage of it. So there's no reason to do it right now. I think I do this little ritual, which involves killing some enemies who spawn in and summoning up a ghostly dude because we're a bunch of necromancers in here. And then after we summon up the ghostly dude, that's when I'd go and get the bone and do the bone dog thing. Anyway, oh, we should go turn in the Wrath of the Beast quest, which is in Fort Ikon. It's
okay.
It's not up there on next to the shops. It's down here next where the witch is.
Gotcha.
Prepare yourself.
Oh yeah, see, there's this nice little star on my map. That's what that means.
Yeah. So then
this
starts the first of 3 quests to go inside the roguelike dungeons. And when they're called the roguelike dungeons by the game, they're not roguelikes because the map's not randomly generated. Come on, people. But they do, however, kick you out if you die. So we have a choice. We can go and do that right now, or we can keep going on in the main campaign.
I would say let's keep going on in the main campaign for now.
Okay.
That's my vote, at least. I mean, if you feel strongly one way or the other.
Not really. No, we can just do whatever. The dungeons will scale up with us, so like we can't make them easier by coming back later. This one has us killing a bunch of undead, which is nice because it would raise your rover reputation, which you want to get up to. What was it? Honored, I think. Because if you get up to Honored, we can do one of the devotion shrines that we need. Because you need to get to Honored. I'm already at Honored, but you need to get there. And killing undead is a way to do that. But we'll have to do it eventually anyway, because they're pretty cool dungeons. And definitely worth showing off. Unlike the Plains of Strife, which is butts.
Why is the Plains of Strife butts?
It's just a big area. Watch out for mines. Here, I'll send my pets down over these ones. Right, see these things? Yeah, don't touch those. They fucking murder you.
Is there any way to like clear them, or besides
no?
pets?
Yeah. You just don't walk on them. There's space to walk between them. Now I have trouble with that because I have a pet horde, which means I can't like carefully walk anywhere.
Because they just step on them all beside you.
They'll step on them beside me. They're basically dog meat from the fallouts. But you should be careful. There is a randomly spawning dungeon in here somewhere. We don't need to do it yet because that shrine quest I was just talking about is going to have us go in it.
Gotcha.
So there's not going to be any reason to go in there now because we'll just have to go in there later. Go get them pets. Also, for some reason, they don't hurt pets very much. Like, it's not killing my pets to have them run over them. But
those landmines do hurt quite a bit, considering.
They do hurt, yeah. I don't know how the damage is calculated. I don't know if it's like a percentage of your HP or whatever, but they hurt.
I also like the giant craters from people who have clearly like walked on a landmine before accidentally. So what's the deal with the Plains of Strife? Why is there a giant field of landmines?
Okay, so Fort Ikon is the last bastion of the humans up until where the basically all of the Chthonians are coming from. The Chthonians are all coming from some place ahead of us. It's called the Necropolis. We're going to get there soon-ish. And that's where they're all coming from. So this is basically like the no man's land between the last bastion where the humans are holding out and those guys. And when I say the last bastion of humans, I don't mean like a real settlement. It's a military encampment. So that's where the Black Legion is holding on.
So this is the DMZ then.
Yes, this is the DMZ. So here's the random dungeon we're not going to go in. It can spawn in like one of 5 or 6 places, but we're not going to do it.
Okay.
I'm just kind of going back and forth along the map. I keep opening up, trying to make sure that we go explore the whole thing. There are some. Is there any other things that are really notable in the Plains of Strife? Not really. It's just a lot of trenches and mines.
This reminds me a lot of the Satyr camp.
Yeah, it's very much like the Satyr camp from Act 1 of Titan Quest, for people who got that reference.
Like I feel like I can't help but compare this to Titan Quest.
It's basically Titan Quest Plus. It's Titan Quest but better. There are people out there who like Titan Quest more, and I don't understand those people. I don't think Grim Dawn's the perfect game, necessarily, but it's the best ARPG out there right now, and everything Titan Quest does, this does, except also better.
I will say I like the visuals on Titan Quest more.
I like this art style more. I like the grimy, the dark, the dreary, the drab. I think it looks better visually. I think super bright fantasy art style is super fucking overdone.
Yeah, but it wasn't back in, what, 2006?
It doesn't change it is now. But...
Okay.
But also, even if you like the art style better, like, there are so many, like, just the quality of life changes.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like,
I have a feeling if I were to try and go back and play it, it would be horrendous.
Like, a fucking button that stacks your, the beast components for you. Like, that alone. Although they did make it... I was going to complain about something else, but they actually changed this in the newest expansion. I've always had a problem with Titan Quest where it didn't let you put components into unique items, right? And that was always such butts. But they do now. They changed it. Because, like, if blue gear is the best gear, and components are meant to enhance gear, but you can't enhance blue gear, then why do components even exist? That's my question for you.
I know there was a bunch of tools that specifically allowed you to do that were very popular.
Yeah, the inventory editor would let you do that. It also was used to store items and stuff, but it would also let you cheat and put things on them, which basically everyone used because it was so absurd that you couldn't. It's not like the components were so strong they would destroy game balance. It just made them useful at all. So that was a good change that they made in the expansion, the Ragnarok one.
Yeah, I still don't have that one. I need to get that.
I'm not gonna buy it. Like, I wanna like it. Like, I'm sure it's fine, but one of the big problems with Titan Quest that's still broken is if you don't have piercing damage, you kind of suck. And the main quest takes like 60 goddamn hours to beat.
Even longer now that they added
even
another
longer
X.
now. So it's still butts. Grim Dawn has much better class balance and you can beat, like, if you're interested in rushing through, you can beat the main quest in, like, I don't know, 2 hours or 3 hours. Like, not even like as a speed runner. Like, not like, oh my god, here's how you cheat. No, I just mean like you just run along. If you just like plow through areas with a reasonable build, you can beat it in like 2 or 3 hours. By not doing what we're doing here. You're not going to explore the entire map if you're trying to do that. You're just going to bomb through. I hate these guys, because I kill them once, and then they come back, and I have to kill them again. It's like, I don't want to wait that long.
Gotta go fast?
Yeah, even when I'm playing by myself, I'm definitely at the point where, like, I'm not interested in killing every little group of monsters. I stop and kill the really big groups, and then I keep moving. And we are just about through. The next area is the gates of the necropolis. Yeah, there's nothing over here. Actually, back in that little dark area is one of the spots where that random dungeon can spawn, I'm pretty sure. And I hate that one because I never go back there. The gates of the necropolis is really big. Like, really big. And in addition to being really goddamn big, there's a bunch of books hidden in corners, and I'm pretty sure I've never found all of them. Because, like, I think there's like 6 or 7 of them. There's like a pile of them, and I always think I have all of them. Then I find book 5, and I realize I don't have book 4.
Maybe they should fuck with you.
Maybe it's random. Like, maybe there's some random chance involved in finding them. But I know they're freaking hidden. That's for sure. And the area's so big. I only ever fully explored it like the one time when I first played, and ever since then I just kind of like go to the one area, see. But here's the first one.
Also, I would totally do that as a dev. Be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
That'd be rude. So there is something of note in this place, though. There is a side dungeon that does have a devotion shrine in it. That's the word I'm looking for. So there is a spot where you, like, air quotes, should have to, whatever.
I can see this area being super annoying with the random walls.
Yeah, there's a lot of random walls, too. And it all looks kind of samey, because it's basically just a big graveyard. But I bet there's a lot of people who would say all of this game looks kind of samey, and I would disagree. But I understand why they would say that, because it's definitely, for me, it's one of those games where, like, at a glance, everything is brown and gray and samey. But then, if you don't look at a glance, there's actually a lot of diversity in the environment, and a lot of cool little touches. It's all brown and gray, like...
There are a lot of cool little touches, but the color palette is pretty drab.
Yeah, but, like, that's the style, right? Like, I like it. It's great.
When did you hit 43?
A while ago.
Oh, I'm way behind you then, I guess.
Well, that's because you haven't done those quests.
Right.
Because I have quest rewards that you don't.
I'm gonna have to also, like, figure out what I'm doing so I don't just wander around like an idiot on video for hours on end.
Oh, what? Is for those quests?
Yeah.
I can't even really give you direction. You're just gonna have to figure it out. I kind of want to watch the video and watch you wander around for hours on end, to be honest.
See if I can't figure out how to, like, fast forward through parts of it then.
I will, like, I'll figure out, like, oh, this is why he has trouble following me.
I get distracted easily.
I know, and I know I tend to just bomb through the areas because I get kind of bored. I've done this a lot. So it's not like I find the game very, very fun and interesting, but any given area is like, yeah, I'm interested in making this area go by as fast as possible, which is not great for LPs. So I kind of
I'm like, ooh, shiny thing.
Yeah, I also like never look at my inventory, like ever. Like I just found a blue item. I don't even know what it does. I don't even give a shit.
Yeah, I've stopped looking at them. I've just started picking them up and then looking at everything between videos.
Yeah, I look at things later because like look how fast we kill things still. Like if I found an item, even if it was like a freaking 50% damage increase, would it realistically change how fast things die? Nah, they'd still die.
Well, I gotta watch a little bit because I'm also a lot more dependent on my gun being decent.
Yeah, you need a good gun. Other than that, you're pretty okay to kind of faff about, but you're right, you do need a good gun. Also, I have the luxury of kind of already having a character who's functionally the same as this guy, who's covered with endgame gear that I'm just going to loot if we ever actually get to like level 95. And just be like, bam, this is what it looks like now. But we might not actually get that far, because by the time we get up there, you're going to be like, oh my god, this is hard, and I'll be like, yeah, you gotta pay attention now.
I'm already dying on this difficulty because I'm not paying attention. What on earth makes you think I'm going to be like, yeah?
I love it. I absolutely appreciate the challenge. I really don't mind it when it gets really hard, as long as it's like the good kind of hard, which this game does. Like this game does a good job of saying, hey, look, like this is the bad stuff. This is what you got to avoid. Don't stand in fire, you know. It gets harder because with my particular build, I also kind of covered the ground with zombies, which does make it a little harder to see. But you know, let's see here. Alright, we've covered the first half-ish of this area. If we go down and around this corner, I think we should run into the hidden blacksmith dude.
Yeah, this area is super confusing.
Yeah.
I would have to be running around with my map open the whole time.
I mean, I have map on tab, so like I'm tabbing it open and looking all the time. But I'm pretty used to that from playing these sort of games. But there's a hidden blacksmith I should point out, because if you're playing this game yourself, he has a very important function.
And of course, he's nowhere near a damn portal.
He kind of is. He's kind of near. We're going to come up to a portal after we get out of the gates.
Okay.
And if you went backwards from that portal, you'd kind of hit him. I saw him pop up on the map, but I'm trying to like loop around a bit, cover more area. So he's kind of near a portal. You're not going to have to go see him that often, but when you do have to go see him, you're going to want to know where he is. Because what he does, we've been finding like these ancient hearts and things, right? I think it's what is it? 3 things. It's ancient hearts, blood, and brains. Yeah, heart, blood, and brains. And he can, for a small fee, change one to another, which is what he does. So if you go to, so he's a normal blacksmith, except if you go all the way to the bottom of his accessories and consumables page under materials, he'll change between them. Which
Okay. Tainted brain matter from Blood of Chthon.
right. So he basically so he'll toggle them, like, which is really useful because sometimes you're doing crafting and you have a tainted brain but you don't have a blood.
Oh, and they all go in a circle.
Yeah, it goes in a circle. And so rather than going and farming a blood, you can just you can get a blood by using something else.
That's convenient.
Which is super handy. Alright, there. Now we'll kind of cross this way. Over on this side is the dungeon we have to go in, because it's got a devotion shrine in it. I think this devotion shrine is actually like on all 3 difficulties too. I can never remember which devotion shrines are on which difficulties. That's something I forget all the damn time.
You just check them all, just to make sure.
I usually use like a wiki, where I just keep it open and I just check through. I know like by the time I get to Act 2, I should have this many, right? And if I don't have this many, then I miss one somewhere and I have to go back. I don't really want to. I don't want to stand for this guy. But this takes forever. Alright, he's dead.
But you were bragging about the 6,000 guys you have attacking things at all times.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I mean, he doesn't take that long. The animation takes longer than him dying, which is why I have the problem, right? Like, I could one-shot him, and the animation would still take a few seconds to play out. All right, and all the way down to the end of this little thing is the dungeon. I don't like this dungeon for the dumb reason that in this dungeon there's no shortcut out. So I'm going to drop a portal here, and then you're going to drop a portal at the end of it. So we'll actually have a shortcut out, which is great because that's the downside of this.
I will say shortcut outs are great, but Skyrim way overdid that.
I have not played Skyrim forever. So.
Like literally every dungeon thing has a shortcut out. Like literally every one, and some of them it's just really shoehorned in.
Oh yeah. I think if you're going to make it every dungeon have a way out, you should probably just give the player an ability that works like that, so it doesn't feel like the world is weird. You know what I mean?
Like, oh yes, every single bandit cave has this weird like ladder escape route thing going on.
Also, don't stand in the. These guys, when they die, they drop the blood pools. Don't stand in them; they will make you dead.
Yeah, I got that.
There's some hidden walls around here, which I'm trying to find. All the hidden walls actually have pretty good loot in them, so I try to remember where they are, but they're not so good that I absolutely remember where everyone is. But they're pretty good.
This section is extra dark and gloomy.
Oh yeah, it is. This is the Black Sepulchre. It's wicked dark and gloomy. It's a tomb, and then at the back of the tomb there's this hole blown in it, and we go through this cave, where we get to like this hidden ancient evil tomb.
And there's something cool over there.
And the hidden ancient evil tomb is where we're going to find the thing.
Like, this section makes me feel like I need to mess with my gamma.
Oh, hold on. Let's see. I need to change. I just leveled up. So I have a new pet, because pets are cool. And a new buff, which I have to turn on. So I think it's Master of Death is the buff, which doesn't look like anything. And then there. And then Mastery Point. Cool. So this is all my pets are dead. Oh, that's right. This ground effects making everyone dead. But this buff is cool because I shoot a laser at someone, and then when they get hit by the laser, a big ghost pops out and they start running.
I see the big ghost. It's a very
so it is a temporary summon, so it doesn't last forever. It does do a pretty good job while it's out, and the more fun part is that summoning it is also a nuke. So at the early, I don't actually put that many points into it, but like if you did put a bunch of points into it, it's like a double effect to nuke single targets and then summon the dude.
Nice. Does the dude auto target whatever you nuked, or is it just?
Nah, he acts like a regular pet once he pops out.
Gotcha.
So he'll probably hit whatever you target because he'll be closest to it. But you know, no more than that.
Oh, I'm disappointed in us. Those spiders touched the ground before they died.
Oh, right? Just terrible.
We're falling down on the job here. I will say, I've gotten to the point with my left click that I don't really do a lot of damage until my stacks are up, but once I hit like stack 7 or 8...
Yeah, and then it's harder because, you know, I'm killing things too, so it's like you have to get those stacks up, and then by the time you do, things are dead. Yeah, then you have to keep them up. Luckily, they don't fall off that quickly, so you can normally get between fights with the stacks still up a bit.
Yeah, I usually have 3 or 4 by the time we go from fight to fight, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll get better later because higher difficulties just have more enemies, so it's easy to keep your stacks up because there's just more shit.
More things to shoot.
More things to shoot. So all the way at the back of this kind of cavern and tomb thing is we find the second half of this tomb, which has a boss in it. Plagius, Dark Plagius the Wise, and
what a dumb name.
No, that's a Star Wars joke. That's some Star Wars fucking meme shit. Is Plagius the Decrepit, and we punch him in the face over like a few seconds, and he dies because that's how everything works. And then he's got a Everett Shrine, which takes on the first difficulty takes fucking nothing to do. So great. I think that for me is the last point I need in this thing, but
I think that finishes out Ultos for me.
All right, so now you got to throw up your thing so we can get out of here.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me finish out Ultos real quick while I'm thinking about it.
Show.
Okay. Dunskies. The joys of two-player.
Right? It's actually really nice. So, we'll try to finish exploring this area. You can see just by looking at the map, like, how big it is. Like, we're not... It's too big. This area is too big. I think that's one thing I've learned about ARPGs, is you can definitely just be too much. One of the things you gotta do is you gotta keep going through new areas. No one wants to explore a goddamn giant gates of Necropolis.
I will say I think Titan Quest does that really, really well. I know, because I went to replay it at one point after a while, and every time I was like, oh, I should probably put this down and go do something else. It was like, ooh, new level, or oh, you just hit a new area that's really interesting, or oh. Which I feel like this game doesn't do quite as well.
I guess, maybe. I mean, I feel like the opposite. Like, I find Titan Quest to be awful in that regards, and everything is gigantic and samey. But, like, I'm thinking of, like, Act 2, where you're just, like, walking through a desert for 15 hours.
Yeah, Act 2 isn't the best for that, but...
Act 3, I think... Well, no, see, even Act 3, because Act 3 you start in the fucking Frozen North, and you're in the Frozen North fucking forever. It's like... and then, eventually, you do make it to jungles. Like, you go over the wall, and once you go over the wall, you're in jungles. In the jungles, you're not in for very long before you get to Act 4. But you're in the fucking Frozen place.
I may have just have a bad case of nostalgia glasses.
It could be. It could be. I certainly, I understand that. It's a great game, but like, I don't think it's aged particularly well.
Wait, Julius Crowley? Any relation to Inquisitor Crowley?
I don't get it. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that was the same guy.
Well, like, is it his like son or something, or? Just
I mean,
no relation.
I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure. It's probably related. It might even explain it in some book somewhere. Like maybe if we found more of the Dark Gate books or whatever, it would be explained. But like, I don't even know where they are. I only knew where the first one was, so I let us there. But after that one, I really don't know where they are.
Useless.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Ooh, dead things. Alright, I actually don't know where this devotion point goes, but once we finish this video, I'll go look it up.
Yeah, I don't know either, because my notes are Eel, Sailor's Guide, and Ultos, and then after that I have nothing.
Yeah, I think you're going to end up running around grabbing some defensive stuff, because I think you kind of like bull rush to the offense.
Yeah, it's a rush for Ultos.
And then you're going to go back and fill out things. Mine, I don't think bull rushes for anything, and so will I kind of remember what I still need? I don't remember what order I'm supposed to grab it in. So I'll just go.
So I did have a skill point on that, and those level up the more you use them, right?
Yep.
So
yes. Those. If you keep them slotted with a skill, it just gets experience. You don't have to like use that skill or anything. You don't even have to have that skill in your bar, but it has to be attached to a skill, and if it is, it's constantly getting experience.
So I'm pretty sure that's why it has you rush.
Yeah. Alright, so now we've cleared the portal to the Necropolis interior. We are right on top of the end game. We get to talk with our cook friend, Ulgrim, who is not a cook. He said he was some special forces dude, if I remember correctly. Let me look at my my blue items and see if there's anything interesting. This might be good for you.
To complicate matters, the constant flow of blood is maintaining a chthonic seal over the entrance.
This guy's like, yeah, it's whatever. I'm just gonna, like, run in there and destroy a bunch of shit. MBD.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Ulgrim is a dude.
Well, just for reference, we've been going for about 40 minutes at this point.
So what we'll do here, because this won't take very long, is this area if we went down this way, we'd get to the rest of the Black Gates, which I'm sorry, I'm tired of Black Gates. I don't want to go back there anymore. Everything's butts down that way. So, but if we head off this way, we are going to go see right down there. Is the entrance to the last boss. That's the last dungeon right down there. And in order to get in there, we got to go break we got to break the ritual that's holding it shut. And the ritual is being powered by blood, because of course it is. And so we're going to go and we're going to beat up the blood storage. We're going to disrupt the means of production, and it's going to shut down the ritual, which is going to let us in the door. Yeah, so that won't take very long. So it won't take maybe 5 minutes.
Are we going to be able to become vampires? Can we seize the means of production, or do we just have to...
No, that's too Marxist. This is all frickin' Cthulhu. No Marxists here.
Okay.
There are 3 of these things, and we actually accidentally destroyed one, which is going to happen a lot.
My bad.
No, my big fat dude with the poison damage, he loves to just AoE things, and he often just like destroys like everything. You'll see like big green explosions.
Well, if we get close to one again, let me walk up and see if I can see it at least.
Yeah, we actually saw the destroyed one. They look. Also, it happens. Normally, it spawns down here, I believe. We're gonna make a loop all around. Yeah, don't go down there. It's a dead end.
Okay.
We're gonna make a big loop around the area because there's another thing we're gonna have to point out. Up at this side. Oh! Also, keep your eye open. There's an exalted stash somewhere in this area. So keep your eye out for that. Here's a destroyed bridge that I'm not sure we actually have the stuff to make it yet, because it takes 40 scrap and 10,000 iron bits. I guess I do actually have the stuff to make it. So
I have 43 scrap, yeah.
Okay. And if we go across this is the entrance to the second roguelike dungeon. So after we do the Secrets of the Lost quest, we'll have to come back and do the quest in there. So we don't want to go in there right now, but that leads to the second one.
So maybe next video do the roguelike dungeons? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I like the roguelike dungeons quite a bit.
Okay.
And they're pretty relatively easy on normal, and they're fucking insane on ultimate. Like, oh my god, they're so hard. Because you can't die, and because, like, you know, it's an RPG, and I don't like playing on hardcore, so, you know, sometimes killing myself against a big boss is the best way to make it dead. And that doesn't work in those. Okay, up ahead is a blood wagon. Go check it out. It's the star on the map.
It looks just like the other blood wagons, except all the containers are in order.
Yeah, and then you blow it up. It's dead now.
That was a pretty satisfying blood explosion.
It was, yeah, it's really nice.
The blood flows. Where is that in my inventory? Oh, it's over here.
I wonder if I have any gear. I'm only 45. I think the first time I have gear for my character is at like 55. I might have gear for your character as well, like 55-ish. Because that's a break point. Once you hit like 55, you get access to like kind of like the first tier of endgame gear-ish. I say ish because you actually level up to the first what I would consider kind of like the second tier endgame gear is where the first game ended, which was level 80 or 75-ish. So I think 75 is the gear limit, and then you go on past that up higher. So like 55 is kind of approaching the. There's the exalted stash. Sweet. Give me my blue shit.
Soul flare.
I found a gun.
Yeah, that was a one-handed gun that I found.
Okay. I don't think this is going to excite you at all, but it is a gun. I saw lightning damage. I was like, oh, lightning damage. And then it was like 3 to 4. I was like, oh, probably not enough lightning damage.
Nope.
You can keep it, though. I don't need it. So, let's see. We got one more. No, we actually found all 3 of these things. But you'll see if I go and run off to this side that we've made a loop. You can see we can head back down into there. And also the stairs to get down to that pit is right next to the gate, which makes it a really convenient spot to stop. Because now that we've opened the gate up, we can start the next video by going and doing some roguelike dungeons. And if we manage to live through those, we can head down and beat the last boss, which is a big cool thing. I like the last boss quite a bit. But I think since we're at like 50 minutes or something, I'm not running anywhere. I'm just talking, and I'm just doing the outro as we're running.
Okay, whatever works.
So I'm not actually going anywhere.
Just meandering.
Yeah, wandering around. Kill some dudes. But yeah, I think that's probably about it. So next video, or either next video or the video after that, we will be officially into the expansion content, which is actually a pretty big step up in difficulty.
Hurrah. Actually, it'll probably... Well, okay, yeah, so next video we'll do the roguelike dungeons. I don't know how long that's going to take.
Could be the whole video, to be honest.
And then I will probably do all of my Kaiman's Chosen quests, and then we'll probably get back to the finale, just to, you know...
Oh, that's true. Yeah, well, I consider that like a little side video, because that should only take like 20 minutes.
Okay, well, maybe that won't be a full video then. But just, you know, to leave everybody hanging.
All right. I'm gonna eat this cookie. You do the outro. I'm eating a cookie.